Have you ever walked into a room and felt like no one noticed you? Not because you're shy, not because you're quiet, but because somehow you've always been the invisible one. It's a strange kind of loneliness, being present but unnoticed. And if this feeling has followed you into adulthood, there's a reason. It didn't appear from nowhere. It began long before you learned the words for it. For many people who feel unseen today, the pattern didn't start in their adult life. It started way back in childhood, in the small moments, the subtle interactions, the things they told themselves didn't matter, but secretly did. You might remember growing up in a busy house, surrounded by noise, tension, or distraction. Yet somehow, you were the quiet one, the easy child, the child who didn't make problems, the child who learned to manage their feelings quietly. Some kids grow up believing, my feelings don't matter, my voice isn't needed, I should stay small to keep the peace. And because of that, they learned to silence themselves, not because they wanted to, but because that was the only way to feel safe. Maybe your parents were stressed. Maybe they didn't know how to handle emotions. Maybe love in your home looked like survival, not softness. Maybe you were simply too quiet for loud people to notice, so you learned to disappear. But here's the thing. Children don't decide this. They adapt to it. And when a child adapts to being unseen, they carry that adaptation into adulthood. And then, surprise, that invisible child grows up. But the beliefs stay. They hide inside your personality, inside your habits, inside your reactions. So even as an adult, you might notice that you apologize before speaking, feel uncomfortable being the center of attention, overthink what others think of you, shrink yourself in group settings, avoid asking for help, even when you desperately need it, downplay your achievements, feel guilty for having needs at all. You may think these traits are just who you are, but they are usually old survival strategies you learned without even realizing. It's not that you can't speak. It's that life taught you it was safer not to. And because these patterns feel familiar, you repeat them. You blend in, stay quiet, keep your feelings manageable, avoid conflict, and make yourself easy to love. Not because that's your personality, but because you were conditioned to believe that being small keeps you safe. This isn't personality. This isn't weakness. This is survival. When you grow up feeling invisible, your brain learns a painful habit. Blend in to stay safe. And once your brain learns that, it becomes automatic. This invisible wound follows you everywhere. Into your friendships, your workplace, your relationships, and even into the way you talk to yourself. You learn to ignore your needs. You learn to speak softly. You learn to disappear inside your own life. And the saddest part? Most people never realize it's happening. It feels normal. It feels familiar. It feels like home, even when it hurts. But here's the truth, the part most people never hear. You were never invisible. You were unseen by the wrong people. And there's a very big difference. You weren't born quiet. You learned silence. You weren't born small. You shrank yourself to fit into people who couldn't hold your emotions. You weren't born invisible. You became invisible to survive. And healing begins when you stop asking others to notice you and start noticing yourself. When you say your feelings out loud, when you express your needs without apologizing, when you allow yourself to exist openly and honestly. So, let's talk about how to break the invisible cycle. Not all at once, not dramatically, but gently, slowly, sustainably. Step 1. Start expressing tiny needs. You don't have to start with huge emotional confessions. Start small. I'm tired. I prefer this. I actually don't like that. Can we slow down? I need a moment. Small needs create safety. Small needs teach your brain that your presence matters. Step 2. Use I feel statements. 1 I feel statement a day. That's it. I feel overwhelmed. I feel confused. I feel hurt. I feel excited. Naming your emotions is the first step to reclaiming them. Step 3. Stop apologizing for existing. You don't have to apologize before every sentence. You don't have to shrink your voice to make others comfortable. You are allowed to take up your natural space. Step 4. Take up physical space. Your body remembers how often it tried to disappear. Uncross your arms, lift your head, straighten your posture, feel your presence. Step 5. Surround yourself with people who listen. Choose people who lean in when you speak, people who notice when you go quiet, people who make space for your feelings without you having to fight for it. Healing isn't only internal, it's also relational. Step 6. Reparent the invisible child inside you. That child who learned to stay quiet, they're still inside you. And they need what they never received: attention, safety, kindness, and space to exist. Talk to them, listen to them, let them be seen by you first. If this spoke to you, you're not alone. Some of the strongest people in the world grew up feeling unseen. And if you're here, listening, reflecting, it means you're already healing. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to be heard. And you deserve to be seen, not by becoming louder, but by becoming yourself again. Follow MindSpace Lab for psychology that understands you.